Welcome to the Brothers of the World podcast.
Welcome to the Brothers of the World podcast, baby.
And we're back to bring you another episode to break down UFC Fight Night. Where are we at, Johnny?
We're in Abu Dhabi. I think we're going to call this one just UFC Fight Night, Holloway versus Kattar.
Holloway versus Kattar on Network TV.
ABC, bro.
ABC, tune in, 3 p.m. main card.
I was about to say.
It's going to be early, guys, so not too early for us, but it's our midday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice, refreshing change.
It's different.
Yeah, 3 o'clock, I mean, hopefully nothing's going on.
And there will be an audience too, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see some fans in the stands.
Actually, for this one, I don't think so. I think it's only for the McGregor-Poirier fight.
Are they still fighting at the Flash Forum, or is it a different arena?
No, it's in a new arena.
So I think it's fans, man. Who knows? I'd like to see some fans, bro. I miss them.
I don't know. I kind of like the style of it just being so quiet. You really get to hear the punches and the corner. Yeah, the coaching.
Eddie Alvarez's wife.
I wish she was here for these.
Eddie! A banshee of a woman.
I wish she was here. Eddie, don't come after us, please. We love your wife.
So let's get into it. Let's break this down.
Break it down.
From the main event, guys, we're going to be jumping straight in to Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one.
This is our main event, guys. And looking at the heights, basically even, guys. We're looking at 5'11", 5'11". The reach, we got Calvin. He's more of that slick boxer, but Max has just all the tools, man.
So Calvin got the longer reach, 72 inches to the 69 inches of Max Holloway. But Max Holloway just fights like such a long fighter. Whether it be him moving into his combos or just really sticking that jab out and turning his shoulder into it, he may have the shorter reach here, but I think he's actually going to be the longer fighter in the fight. Calvin really likes to, like you said, he's a very slick boxer. He keeps his hands in. I know one of his biggest weapons is going to be the basics, boxing basics, that simple 1-2, that second right hand that comes right over. He's looked for it against everybody, and most of the time it lands.
Who's going to be the aggressor in this fight, though? Who's going to be pushing the pace, trying to, basically, lead the dance? I've said that before, but who's going to be, relying on their back pedal, and who's going to be pushing it?
Well, that's the thing. I guess I'll start getting into it right now. Personally, I think Calvin Kattar has to come out and push the pace. You've got to do what somewhat Volkanovski did against Max Holloway. You got to really push him back. You can't just let Max Holloway flow. You can't let Max Holloway just go ahead and take charge of the fight, because the thing with Holloway is he's not a slow starter, but when you look at basically all of his fights, it's like, oh, I landed 20 in the first round. Second round bumps up to 26. Third round bumps up to 36. Fourth round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
turns it up.
Yeah, he turns it up every single round.
He's always known for his gas tank. You never have I seen Max Holloway fade. In all his years of fighting, he's been fighting since 2012. He's been fighting since he was 18. He's 29 right now, just turned 29. Max is at his peak right now, I think.
And that's why Calvin is going to have to come and push the fight and put it on him, because
it's just hard to see Calvin. I mean, Calvin's just a tough guy, bro. He's just coming off that win against Danny Gay. Danny Gay's just a tough guy from the Contender Series. Can take some shots. He knocked out Stevens. Then his last loss was in 2019 against our boy, Zabit.
Your boy, Zabit.
What if they were Zabit fans together?
No, you're a Zabit fan.
You're not a Zabit guy.
I'm not a Zabit guy. You're a Zabit guy, bro.
This is shocking news. But, so I want to go back into that Zabit fight. So let's go back to Calvin's last loss.
2019?
2019. He just started too late because Zabit won that first round. And then you really saw Calvin just come back in the late second round.
Yeah, almost in that last minute.
The sad thing is that fight was only three rounds.
And you know what? I'm going to get hate.
This is a 5-round fight, though, right?
I'm going to get hate. Yeah, this is a 5-round fight. I'm going to get hate for saying this, but you know what? It should have been a 5-round fight. Why? Because they had a full camp for 3 rounds for sure. And then they got an extra 3 weeks to train when it got moved over to Russia. And Calvin Kattar said, give me the 5 rounds. And Zabit said, and you know what? It's in his home country.
That's bonus points for fucking Calvin, though.
Yeah.
To go fight in fucking Russia. I mean, where they fight? Moscow? Right? They must have, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right, yeah.
Because it was supposed to be Junior Dos Santos versus Volkov, except if you remember, Junior Dos Santos looked like an android because he had all those tubes sticking out of his legs.
Android 16?
No. We
'Cause
need more. We need more tubes. We need more tubes.
We need more tubes?
Yeah, probably Dr. Giro when he was working on himself.
Oh, I got
but
you.
Those are different references. Yeah, so that was the reason why I got bumped up
They did
to
fight
the
in
main
Moscow,
event.
though.
It was in Moscow.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah.
It should have been a 5-round fight, but after watching it, what I thought was it was less of Calvin Kattar really even putting it on him, because he did put it on him.
Yeah.
But it was Zabit who really slowed down. In that third round, he looked up at the camera with like almost 2 minutes. I mean, looked up at the clock with almost 2 minutes left and looked up at it like, fuck, this bitch is still going.
Speaking about crowd noise too, from like all the cheers to Zabit, it kind of like you saw him getting like, oh shit, like it started dying out, and then you started hearing some fans for Calvin in there.
Yeah, but okay, it's a good thing that we're talking about Zabit, because I was wondering, why are we talking about Zabit when we're talking about Holloway?
Calvin, baby.
When we look at Max Holloway in his last fight against Volkanovski, there was just so many kicks. There was
Robbery.
We've seen Max Holloway throw kicks. Yeah, it was robbery. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it because
Robbery.
After watching it again, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, Max Holloway threw way more kicks, man. Whether it be the leg kicks, the body kicks, he threw so much to go ahead and keep that distance in between him and Volkanovski. And I think he's got to do the same thing against Calvin Kattar, which personally I don't think will be that big of a problem for him. I think he will be able to do it. But when Calvin faced that against Zabit, I mean, Zabit was really just having a kickoff in those first 2 rounds. And then we look at the Jeremy Stephens fight, and I know Calvin Kattar is more of a strict boxer. I would like for him to win because he's more of like somewhat of a specialist, or one of these last specialists.
He falls in love with his hands.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't really see too many kicks.
Even in the Jeremy Stephens fight, bro. Jeremy Stephens
the one
was
that ended with the elbow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeremy Stephens was lighting him up with kicks. I think Max will be able to do the same thing. And then, unlike Zabit, Max isn't gonna get tired.
And Max relies on like a heavy low kick, right, to mix it up. Like he's not so much of a kick to the head or kick to the body.
But that's what was surprising, because I'd agree with you there. But that was what was surprising in the Volkanovski fight, because he threw everything. Yeah. He threw everything.
He did come out looking like Luigi in that fight. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Max?
with the extra hair off the top. Yeah,
I wonder if he's gonna come in looking like that again. But so the way I see this fight taking place is, it's going to be a kickboxing fight. Well, kickboxing, that's going to be Max's forte. I don't really see a heavy clinch game. I see him battling for the center of the octagon, so that's where this fight is going to take place. And I just see them throwing Max likes to... He's still like the Ricardo Lamas Max.
I was about to say, that's the problem. That's the only problem.
Max is too... Let's fucking fight right now. Like, you want to throw, I want to throw, so let's do it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. He could actually go out there, win.
Technical, right?
Yeah, put
John
out
Jones style.
a technical fight, yes. But is he really going to want to go out there and get in a phone booth with Calvin Kattar? I think that's basically...
You don't want to be in a phone booth with Calvin Kattar.
I think that's basically Calvin's only way to win, to catch him while they're in those phone booths exchange. And maybe if he can catch Max Holloway while he's training or switching stances in the middle of a combo, but I just can't see it. I think Max Holloway is too good right now. He's way too good.
But both these guys, with the chins they have, Max has never been knocked out. Calvin, he's never been knocked out. 5 rounds, I think 5 rounds of fucking slugfest, and I see Max with the unanimous decision.
You're going to go Max unanimous decision?
I'm saying it right now. I don't see any of these guys getting knocked out. They can both take a punch. But if there is a knockout, and I know it's like Max doesn't get knocked out, but I would give the knockout advantage to Calvin. Just because Max likes to fight in that phone booth. I don't think he's fought a guy with at the hands. I mean, he's fought McGregor, but he fought him young. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's fought a guy that has the power that Kattar has.
Yeah. Calvin's equalizer in any fight, it seems like, is that big power. But like you said, Max Holloway is a freaking Hawaiian zombie out here. He's not just gonna take one hit and get knocked out.
And he just brings more tools to the battle.
Yeah,
he's just more. He's more well-rounded than Kattar.
Max Holloway is going out there and he's getting a big old bowl of CTE. but he fucking goes. He makes it through it. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see how Max comes in. So Max bringing all the tools. I just see him with the unanimous decision. If it is to end, I see Calvin. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna pull for Max Blessed Holloway.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna be a little risky, and I'm gonna call fourth round TKO, bro. I think
TKO?
we've never seen.
What about submission wise? You don't see. I mean, both of them. Looking at their submission records, they're both 2-1 each of them. And record-wise, man, these guys' records are virtually identical. 22-4 for Kattar, and then Max is 21-6, 10 TKOs, been knocked out 0 times, and then Calvin, 11 TKOs, knockouts, been knocked out 0 times.
The only thing is Max Holloway. When you're looking at those 21 wins, Max Holloway's fucking record is.
You're right.
It's amazing. You know what I mean?
And look at the age difference too. Calvin is 32.
Calvin's older?
Yeah, Calvin's 32.
I didn't know that.
A few years older than Max. Max has been in the game he's been fighting since he was 18.
Yeah, I think Max is definitely going to go ahead and take this one.
So Max.
Hopefully he finishes
Max?
him in the 4th round. Yeah, got Max for sure.
There we go, guys. We got Max. Second fight of the night.
Co-main event, bro. Get your lingo right.
We got the co-main event, guys. Carlos.
The natural born killer?
Yes, I was waiting for that.
I have it in my notes.
NBK, baby.
I have it in my notes that this is probably the battle of the coolest
names.
nickname.
Yeah.
The natural born killer versus the immortal. That's old school right there.
That's old school. That's high school shit. But anyway, guys, we have a battle of seasoned vets / and I texted you this, fan favorites. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't like Matt Brown and Carlos Condit?
Oh, yeah.
And then now we're going to see him duke it out. Of course, Carlos Condit had a bit of a layoff, right? He was going through his losing spat, picked up a dub against Court McGee. Very impressive. Vintage Carlos.
It was impressive.
It wasn't his old Carlos.
It was impressive, but Court McGee kind of looked the worst that he's ever looked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, but that's the thing. Fighting Carlos Condit, you're fighting like he's just so unpredictable, man. You want to talk about unpredictability in his herky-jerky movements, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know which way Carlos is going to attack you. And he's always been that way. That's why he's the natural fucking born killer, bro.
Oh, don't cuss at me, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it's just hard to gauge him. I mean, I've never seen, Dominic Cruz maybe, who moves like Carlos, but Carlos just, his footwork, he's just fucking hard to hit. He's hard to see shots coming from him. Matt Brown, he's going to have to rely on a ground game here. I don't think standing on the feet, I got Carlos Condit, man.
You got Carlos Condit?
But I'm just telling you on the feet right now. I haven't picked my choice yet. But right now, if this fight, it just comes down to, can Matt Brown get the takedown? And that rhymes.
Mm-hmm. It does rhyme.
Yeah. And Carlos Condit, well, he's coming off of a win. He beat Court McGee, I want to say, in the latter half of 2020, right? Mm-hmm. So he's fresh off a victory. He has momentum. Matt Brown, what's he looking at right now?
He just lost to Miguel Baeza in a second-round knockout. But, Miguel Baeza has looked really good.
And right now I'm looking at Matt Brown's last 5, dating back to 2016, because he did fight in 2018, but got knocked out by Ellenberger, knocked out by Cowboy Cerrone, baby. Wearing cowboy hats up. He knocked out Diego Sanchez, knocked out Ben Saunders, and then he got knocked out. So 5 knockouts. He got knocked out 3 of those. Knocked out Diego and Ben Saunders, but Baeza just knocked him out. So
Baeza's a new, young, up-and-comer. Baeza looked really good. We saw that fight. Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, since 2016, he hasn't really beat anybody. He beat Diego in 2017. He beat Ben Saunders in 2019. Took that 2018.
I see your record for Matt Brown, and I raise you Carlos Condit, who, he won a decision against Court McGee, who I said didn't really look good, but got tapped out against Michael Chiesa, then tapped out again Alex Oliveira, then beat by
fighters.
Neil Magny, then Damian Maia, then Robbie Lawler. I get it, you know what I mean? Carlos does seem to have fought the way better competition.
Yeah, that's why this fight's interesting. Both these guys are fighting for their fucking livelihood, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I think so. I would assume both of these guys come with a pretty big price tag.
One stays and one leaves, right?
It seems like it. It seems like it. These guys haven't really had the best win-loss ratio.
You know what you thought of right now?
What did you think of?
Who's going to get voted off the island? Fight Island, that is.
Around here, we don't get vote off. We get beat off.
Play that.
That didn't sound good.
Run that clip.
This ain't Survivor and vote him off. Beat him off. That didn't sound good, did it?
But yeah, so you either get beat off in Fight Island, not voted. But anyway, guys, enough with the jokes.
I'd love to get beat off on a Fight Island.
But here's the thing, bro. Carlos Condit, I know I said that it's going to rely on if Matt Brown can take him down. But if you look at Carlos Condit, he's labeled as a BJJ fighter. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Condit's also tricky on the ground, too.
I know, and I mean, Michael Chiesa it's crazy. We'll have a little moment right here. It's crazy how small a fighter can look when they're in the wrong weight class. And then Michael Chiesa comes up to welterweight and looks humongous. Yeah. He looks so big to the point to where he tapped out Carlos Condit with, what was it, a Kimura with just one arm? Remember, he had him with just one arm. I mean... yeah, I think Matt
Hey, guys,
Brown's...
and I just want to say, sometimes I get him mixed up with Jim Brown. Is that, who is it? Or who is it? Matt Brown and Jim Miller.
Jim Miller.
See, dude, that's what I was fucking up. I was kind of getting them two mixed up on their style, their specialty. Because Jim Miller's more of a submission artist, right? Matt Brown is kind of like, I mean, looking at his...
I mean, they're vets and they can do it all at this point.
I mean, Matt Brown's 40 years old, but he's not really... I know I said he was mostly like a ground guy, but he's technically, I guess, more reliant on his hands, right?
Well, check it out. I'm going to go ahead and give you my pick. I think Matt Brown will win this fight.
What?
And I think it'll be a decision, but I bet you he smothers him up against the cage.
Clinch?
And yeah, I bet you he clinches him and wins in the stand-up. Just is able to hold him back, hold him up against the cage, and land some really good shots and do just enough to get that decision. That's my pick, Matt Brown.
Go. The 40-year-old Matt Brown beating the 36-year-old Carlos Condit. That's Johnny's pick. I'm going with the natural-born killer. I think it's gonna go to decision as well, but I just feel like it's gonna be a UD sweep. Matt Brown's I don't think he has the gas tank as Carlos Condit. Mm-hmm. I do like what you're saying though. Even though he's not a ground guy, I think he's known for holding. You know, he relies on his strength.
Well, think about when he knocked out Diego Sanchez.
Right. That's what,
it was up against the fence. He caught that kick and threw the nastiest elbow.
So he's a bit of like a dirty boxer, right? Like, yeah, he'll throw some dirty shit in there.
I would say that's going to be where he's going to find the most success. If he's not able to get it to the ground, I think he's going to have to push him up against the fence.
But I do see, looking at overall record-wise, I do see Carlos, if he is to get a finish, it's going to be sub. I feel like he can sub Matt Brown at the end of the day.
You think so?
Yeah. But okay.
It's going to be a really good one, especially seeing two vets put it all on the line because they got to put it all on the line.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this one though. Like I just like the NBK here.
So we're both going decisions, except you're going Condit and I'm going
Condit, Brown. There we go, guys.
This is another one this next one I know is another one that we're not going to agree on. You want to take it away or do you want me to take it away?
Santiago. It means a whale's vagina. No, Santiago.
That's Santiago.
Santiago, yeah.
With the D.
I know. But yeah, the joke was there.
Yeah.
Santiago Ponz, baby. Ponzinibbio. Anyway.
Does it have the double B? It does have the double B, right?
Yeah. So anyway, we got Santiago 28-3 going against the month substitution. He got this fight. Who was he supposed to fight? Makhmedov?
No, Muslim. I can't remember his last name. It starts with an S.
S, no. So yeah, he was supposed to fight Muslim December 15th. That fight was scrapped. And then he got Jingliang.
Mm-hmm. The Leech.
The Leech, bro. So Ponz, he's been out for 2 years.
It feels like forever.
Yeah.
And I think it maybe feels like forever because he's been on a 7-fight win streak.
Can we say it though? MMA math.
Oh. Same time?
1, 2, 3. So this is the MMA math fight of the night, Johnny. I know you're about to jump in right there, but let me just say why. And it goes back to our boy, Neil Magny. You like Neil Magny, right?
I like Neil Magny.
That's what I thought.
That's one thing we can agree on.
Yeah. So Santiago, his last win, 2018, I believe it was in October, maybe November. But that was his last fight. Knocked out Neil Magny. Jingliang, He lost to Neil Magny.
His last loss was to Neil Magny.
Yeah.
But I will up you again, sir, on our MMA math.
Okay.
That Santiago also beat, what is his name? Talib, I believe is how you pronounce it. And Talib Nordin Talib beat Jingliang.
Yeah.
Or Jingliang Li. Sorry.
Yeah, he lost in a split decision back in 2014 to Nordin Talib.
Yeah, so if we're going to be just looking at records and paper-wise,
But
yeah,
this
Santiago
is MMA
should
math. We're
win
breaking
this.
down some MMA math for you guys.
The basics.
The basics, yeah. If you're really like trying to throw some money on a fight,
Don't use MMA math.
don't use MMA math. But in this case, Santiago's beaten two guys that Li Jingliang has lost to. So consider that. But also consider the 2-year layoff. Hasn't fought since 2018. He had staph infection. He got injured, had COVID. Like I said, guys, he's 28-3, very competitive in the welterweight division.
Everybody is hyped up Ponzinibbio. I can't. Everywhere I see that there's a conversation about him, it's nothing but good stuff. We're just pissed off that he hasn't fought in such a long time.
He's the Argentinian sensation right now, right?
His nickname used to be Gente Boa, I believe, meaning good people in Portuguese.
It still is that.
I think he recently changed it to the Argentine Dagger.
What?
Argentine Dagger.
There we
bro.
go, baby. That's some facts for you.
I think he's slitting throats. Bro.
I do want to go over some notable victories for Santiago, though. So, of course, we said Neil Magny knocked him out. He's right in a 7-fight win streak, guys. So he also decision over Mike Perry in 2017, and also in 2017 beat Gunnar Nelson, and then he had that win over Nordin Talib, we just said. Zach Cummings beat him. TKO'd Court McGee, and TKO over Andreas Stahl.
Dude, his last loss was against Lorenz Larkin.
That's another one.
How long ago was that?
His last loss came in 2015, guys. So
The hype behind Pons is real and it is warranted, but I do think that the 2-year layoff is really gonna affect him, especially when he's coming. I don't know what it is about Jingliang.
He was 32, now he's 34, so that might be a big difference.
I'm a fan of Jingliang.
Where in your life did Jingliang capture your fanhood?
Okay,
your fandom?
I think he fought on that fight where I was up at 5 a.m. to watch Weili Zhang take the belt from Jessica Andrade. I believe he fought on that card. But I don't know why. I feel... Oh, also, when you look at Jingliang, the dude's been in the UFC since 2014. The guy has fought a lot of people as well, and he's been doing it at the high level, and he's only lost 4 times in his 13 UFC appearances. Besides the whole Jake Matthews eye gouge because he was getting freaking submitted and decided, let me stick my fingers in Jake Matthews' eyes. Yeah, still lost. Yeah, I always hated that. But for some reason, I still go for Jingliang, and he's got power, and whether it be his punches or his kicks, I really like Jingliang's chances here, especially with Ponzinibbio coming off of a 2-year layoff. But I mean, I'm not looking down on Ponzinibbio. He could very easily go in and win this fight.
Don't disrespect an artist, bro.
I'm not.
A knockout artist, that is. And I just see this fight ending 2nd round KO Pons.
Second round KO Pons?
Second round KO Pons. Jin, what is he's also a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up fighter, so these guys are going to bang. It just comes down to, are we going to see vintage Pons, or are we going to see this new, older Pons coming off of a long layoff?
That's the thing. We don't know if he's added new wrinkles to the game. We don't know if he's super rusty and his loss.
That's what makes it interesting, but I just feel like he hasn't taken any damage.
No, not really.
He's going to still have a chin. If Jingliang is to win this fight, he's going to win a decision. I don't see him ending Pons. If you want to factor in the MMA math, take it for what you will. I'm going Pons, and I'm going with he retains his knockout power. He still has his chin. He's going to finish this fight.
You think he's going to finish it? Well, they're both finishers. Ponzinibbio has got 5 finishes via strikes, and Jingliang has 6. So this is definitely going to be a banger, and definitely both have the opportunity to finish the fight on the feet. So I'm going to go the exact same thing you did, except the Leech. He's going to get that TKO.
Is that really his fucking name?
Yeah, bro. Isn't it a cool nickname?
God, dude, what was he? Was he one time swimming like in a pond in a creek and got some leeches on him, or do they call him the Leech because he relies on like a
gouging people's eyes out? And
probably that.
I don't know.
Nobody wants a fucking leech on them.
But yeah, Jingliang, second round,
Put one on
finish.
my eyeball right here. A leech. Remember Steve-O? He
Yeah.
put a leech on his eyeball.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Steve-O.
Good old Steve-O.
Big fight fan, too.
Couple of drugs will always make you do some crazy shit.
Match 4. We got Joaquin New Mansa Buckley, the knockout winner of 2020, coming in hot against Alessio Di Chirico? Chorizo? Chorizo tacos?
Chorizo
Did you say chorizo tacos?
You better not be saying chorizo tacos because I'm hungry as fuck.
Chaka. Okay, but yeah, so we're going against the knockout machine against the guy that doesn't get knocked out. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yes,
Johnny,
sir.
so start us off, bro. Joaquin Buckley, 2-1 in the UFC against experienced McGee over here, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Joaquin Buckley is fairly new to the UFC with only having 3 fights. Lost his first one, but he's gotten 2 amazing knockouts in the next 2. And when we're looking at Alessio, man, he's got 3. He's coming off of 3 losses, all by unanimous decision, and 5 of his 8 UFC appearances. He's only been finished in 1 of those.
3 and 5 in the UFC, guys. So he's had a tough outing. This might be his last kick through the door right here.
Well, if he doesn't win it, he's definitely getting cut. If that's what
I'm
you
saying.
mean,
Yeah. But these guys do share a mutual loss. None other than Corona.
I was gonna say we gotta say it. Corona special. Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland beat both these guys. He beat Alessio in 2019, and then of course he knocked out Buckley in Buckley's first UFC appearance. Buckley has of course bounced back with 2 knockout wins over Impa Kasangane and Jordan Wright. But now, looking at Alessio, he hasn't bounced back from that Kevin Holland loss.
No, he hasn't.
But he also lost a decision. So what does that say?
And
He's got
Kevin Holland knocked out Buckley.
That's what I'm saying. But so Joaquin was able to go 2-1, 2 wins after that Kevin Holland loss. Alessio dropped 2 straight after that Kevin Holland loss. So
Well, I think this is a one of those fights that you could say is Calvin catered for Buckley to go
He's
ahead
getting
and
the push.
win. Yeah, win and go ahead and get another name under his belt.
that's what Dana White and the matchmaker, I think, is doing here.
And I think they're kind of trying to kick what's his name,
Yeah.
the Chirico out. Sadly,
Yeah, it seems like some bullshit, but it's the fight game. You know, they want to obviously,
they want to make Buckley look good.
but obviously Alessio hasn't lived up. He's 3 and 5, and he's in the fight business, and they're like, this is your last shot.
It seems like it.
But they're feeding him to Buckley. They're literally spoon feeding this fight to Buckley is what I'm saying. But the thing, what makes it interesting is, can Buckley knock this fucking guy out?
I think so,
Because this guy, even though he's had overall record, Alessio is at 12 and 5. Never been finished though. He's been finished 1 time by a submission, and that was to Eric Spicely back in. Is that how you say his name? Spicely?
Yeah, Spicely.
Back in 2017. That's his only finish, or only time he's been finished. It was a submission. This guy doesn't get knocked out, man.
I think he's going to this weekend, man. I think Buckley, besides him just having really big power, I think he's just gonna connect flush and
Big height advantage for Alessio, though.
5'10", 6
Well, no,
foot.
Okay, on the ESPN website, they have Buckley at 5'10", but on SureDog, I saw they had him listed at 5'8".
He does look like a stockier dude just because of how thick he is.
But also, when he was matched up against Kevin Holland, like even Jordan Wright.
Well, Jordan Wright looked cute. Seeing Jordan Wright on Contender Series, I was like, oh, he's a normal-sized middleweight. But seeing him against Buckley, I was like, holy shit, this guy is huge.
God, and he took out Jordan Wright's lights, man. Mm-hmm. They should call him the Light Snatcher.
New Mansa? New Mansa to the lights?
What does your man say? New master? Like the new guy, right? Like the new champion. That's how I see it. Anytime I hear that name, I'm like, he's the new guy. The new kid on the block.
I couldn't give you an answer, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Ooh, let's go with that. So that's what new Mansa means, guys, to us. So anyway, Alessio, Joaquin Buckley, looking into the odds. We didn't really talk about odds, but
We haven't talked about odds.
minus 270 for Joaquin Buckley, plus 220 for Alessio. Heavy favorite for Buckley here, and I can see why. He's got all the hype on him, knockout of the year, coming off of another beautiful knockout on Jordan Wright. I think he's going to get another knockout.
Yeah,
I'm going with
thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm going to go knockout in the second round, though.
Knockout second round? I see first round.
First round? I thought you said third round.
No,
You just threw up the 3.
I just said knockout. Third. Oh, I said third knockout in a row.
Oh, okay.
But I see first round finish here. Because I feel like Alessio's going to be kind of like, he's going to be, I'm known for my chin. Nobody knocks me out.
And he's got something to fight for. He's got to come out here and he's got to win. So maybe he'll make a mistake there in that first round when they're unloading on each other, because Joaquin Buckley doesn't throw anything soft.
Oh, no. He puts his whole freaking, this guy's just jacked, bro. This guy's muscles on muscles. So, and he knows how to throw. Mm-hmm. Like, you've seen some bodybuilders don't know to throw a punch. This guy's like a bodybuilder who throws every ounce of muscle behind that fucking punch. Joaquin Buckley, first round knockout. Johnny, you're going also Joaquin Buckley?
Second round knockout.
There we go. Let's go to our...
The first fight on the main card, Punahele Soriano versus Dusko Todorovic, I believe.
You want me to help you out there?
You can try.
Dusko Todorovic.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got
this guy.
The Serbian Terminator against the left-handed Hawaiian power boy.
Story time.
Yes, we got story time. So the Hawaiian against the Serbian, and we have 7-0 for Punahele. This guy, he just knocked out that dude from Poland.
Oscar Pichota. I'm trying.
The reason this fight, guys, and I was telling this to Johnny earlier, the reason why it just looks so cool on paper, yes, we got undefeated fighters, but we also got both guys, both have a win on the Contender Series, and both already have one win on the UFC. So they're coming from the same place, both real hot off the regional scene, and they both had a finish in their first UFC fight.
And like I said earlier off camera, that even when when we take their opponents that they fought, I mean, Oscar Pichota had a little bit more hype behind him, but Oscar Pichota was 2-3 in the UFC. Dusko, however you pronounce it, he beat Daquan Townsend, who was 0-4 in the UFC before he got cut.
Hey, but let's also have some notables for Dusko, bro. He back in SBC, which is he's from Serbia, so he's what is it? He fought on SBC, so Serbian Battle Championships. I believe that's what it's called. But in 2018, he knocked out Michel Pieta, the dance fighter,
who was the champion in that organization, I believe.
Yeah, so that was his fight that got him his fight in the Contender Series. And I think at the time when I watched it earlier, you could see people in the crowd repping some UFC gear.
Michel Pieta beats his ass now.
What?
Michel Pieta
knocks him the fuck out.
What you talking about, dude?
Michel Pieta?
Let's get back into Dusko, who's 10-0, and who... he knocked him out in the first round, right?
Yeah, I know, bro, but we're going to have the toasty thing. We got to bring it up. Remember?
Oh, yeah, bro. But
Chaos
Williams. Chaos Williams. This is the thing, bro. Why I'm so high on Dusko is because we just saw Michel Pieta not get knocked out by Chaos Williams. So we had a lot of hype behind him. We're like, man, who can knock out this guy? But after reading of Dusko's previous fights, I'm like, dude, this guy has some serious fucking power. In his Dana White Contender Series fight, he also showed off his fucking chin, bro.
He got lit up.
So against a boy named Teddy Ash, he is like that knuckle dragger fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy's not so well-rounded, but he's fucking tough. Comes from that, looks like he just left hay bales. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that fighter. He was able to withstand Teddy Ash's second round push, but overall, Dusko relied on a heavy clinch game, holding him against the fence, pressuring him, ripping the body. The only thing about this is that Dusko's now fighting a much shorter guy. I mean, I know Punley, it says he's 5'11", but 6'1". Dusko's been fighting guys his size, and whenever you see even Townsend. So whenever
Townsend is a huge dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
So Dusko, whenever he fights a guy in similar stature, he uses his strength to push him against the fence. Now with Pieta, he kind of relies on his striking if he's a little, smaller guy. That's what I've noticed in his fights. But Punahele has that left hand, bro. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's going to throw it. He's probably going to land it.
It's going to be a striking war, I believe.
That's what we see.
It's going to be a striking war. And Dusko has 6 TKOs and 3 submissions. And Punahele has 4 TKOs and 2 submissions. So we've got both of these guys are finishing machines out here. It's just going to be whoever can come out and impose their will on the other. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going to go with The Serbian.
You're gonna go with Dusko?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can disagree with this one. I want to go with Pune. So who do you
know
got?
what? So, yeah, I'm going to go with Dusko on this one. I just see him with a more notable background in the regional scene. And he's just looked bigger against bigger fighters.
Do you see a decision or a knockout or anything?
Now, that is an excellent question. In Dusko's 10 professional fights, 9 of them have been finishes, and I see a finish in this one. Mm-hmm. His only decision was against Ash in the Contender Series, and Ash was just like that gritty brawler. Punahele, the thing about him is he had a first-round knockout in his only UFC fight, but the thing about that is I saw him get gassed. So maybe if this fight goes into that second round, third round, I can see a late round knockout. So maybe I want to chalk this up to maybe a late second round knockout.
Late second round knockout?
Dusko knocks him out.
I'm going to go with Pune, and I'm going to go with the first round knockout. I think he's just going to go in there, land that nice, sweet left that you were talking about, and I think he's going to be able to
throws that left, man.
I think he's going to be able to put him down.
He's throwing that left like he hates somebody. Like, there's some anger behind that.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of childhood trauma.
Yeah, I can see that. So, yeah. So that's us wrapping up the main card.
Did you have a highlight for the prelim? I'll go through mine real quick.
Go through yours.
My highlight for the prelim is going to be Justin Tafa, who's 1-1 in the UFC, coming off of a win over Juan Adams. But before that, he lost to Jorgen De Castro. He is going to be fighting Carlos Felipe, who is
coming off a win.
Yeah, off of Jorgen De Castro. So this is actually another MMA match for the night.
That's what we got. So one guy's coming off of a loss, but no, he also beat Adams. So they're both coming off of wins.
Yeah, they're both coming off of wins. They both are 1-1 in the UFC.
Yeah.
Felipe's loss was to Sergey Spivak.
Yeah, where he got wet blanket technique, right?
Mm-hmm. And do I have an analyst for this one? Nope. It is just heavyweights. Let's watch people knock the piss out of each other.
The Australian against the Brazilian. I like Carlos Felipe. Carlos Felipe, I remember in was it the Jorgen De Castro fight? He talks a lot, right? Mm-hmm. He fights with a lot of attitude, right?
Yeah. I like Carlos Felipe, and I like Justin Tafa too. I just that's why I made this my highlight fight of the prelims, because I really do like both of these. But I think Carlos Felipe, there's just something about him that really gets me behind him, and I'm gonna go for Carlos Felipe.
You can tell he loves the sport and he's passionate about it.
Mm-hmm. He wants to go out there and he wants to win. Of course, everybody does. But I'm definitely going to go with Felipe by second round.
I like
knockout.
Felipe too on this one, bro.
Yeah?
I just see he has more experience. I'm factoring in MMA math, baby. I'm factoring the MMA math.
Yeah, I mean, so that's wrapping it up. That's wrapping it up for UFC Fight Night, Holloway versus Kattar.
Brothers of the world.
Brothers of the world. Are we out?
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, share it around, all that stuff. We got some different content coming out pretty soon.
We got 2 fights coming up after this. We got a Wednesday fight the next week, and then we got Conor McGregor Poirier 2.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
UFC 257.
We're going to be dropping them, guys. Leave comments if you would like us to slice up each fight individually. If you have any constructive criticism that you would like to see, drop it in our YouTube comments. We take them and we...
Any comments, anyway.
Yeah.
Any comments, anything we can work on. We're trying to improve the video quality, the sound quality. We're trying to give you the best show we can.
Yes,
with what we
sir.
got. Yeah, brother. So we're coming in hot. Thank you for tuning in.
Lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff coming.
We're back, baby. Fights are back. Thank you.
It felt like forever. It felt like it was 2 years since we got our last fight, but we're back and we're coming in hot.
God, I didn't hear he slapped him.
Three fights in 8 days. We're ready. We're ready. Hope y'all are ready. Hope y'all are watching this.
Brothers of the world out.
Brothers of the world, baby. We're out of here.